Here is a look at all of the beauty tools and products that I can't get enough of, and here's why. Hello everyone, it's Chanel with Color Me Stylish, and I wanted to come back this week with the products that I am obsessed with and why. Some of them I've been using forever, and some of them I just recently picked up, but it's because it's probably like the same version of something I've had before, and I realized I really like it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So just a quick insert if you are new. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Chanel. I love doing videos on skincare, which I am obsessed with, and fashion, beauty, a little bit of lifestyle, but mostly those two things. So if that is something that interests you, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I would love to have you. I upload videos every week, and I upload shorts 4 times a week as well, because I just want to stay connected with you guys. And you can also join me on Instagram and TikTok, because I love just throwing out some other things there too, just to kind of stay fresh and with you guys every single day. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the stuff that I love. So the first items that I'm going to start with, so I kind of put them into basically 2 categories: skincare and some makeup, and then beauty product, like, you know, body care stuff. So starting with the skincare items, so the top of my list are just one of my favorites. I've been using this for years. Don't ask me where the cap is, I can't find it, but it is the Aztec Healing Mask. This is so good. I love this so much. It is inexpensive. It probably runs about $7.99. In Target, you can find it on Amazon. But I've tried other clay masks. I've tried other masks in general, and sometimes they can have too much perfume, fragrance, things like that, or just additives. And I just feel like this is just natural. So I love this one so much. And every time I use this, my skin is clearer, my pores, are tighter. Everything is just in sync, I feel like, every time that I use this. So the way that I like to use this, and I have my daughter using it when she has breakouts, things like that, is definitely just to take this, so like probably 2 to 3 tablespoons in a bowl. I add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. I love to add honey because it's moisturizing, and I love to add just, you know, a tablespoon of lemon juice. You don't have to add those things. You can just use this with water. But I feel like this with apple cider vinegar definitely deep cleans and purifies your skin. It's not the best smelling, but it gets the job done. So this I will always keep buying instead of other masks, things like that. And this kind of just prolongs, you know, the idea or the use of having to run to the spa every so often to get facials, because I feel like I can get the job done with this at a fraction of the cost. The next item that I love to use, I was without this for a while, so I know it's kind of a debate these days on if you need to use a toner for your face, things like that, because they're coming out with so many cleansers that do clean your face and also keep the pH balance. So that is what a toner does. But I don't always have, you know, that cleanser that will do that. And so when you do clean your face, it can kind of strip the natural oils that you have on your skin, which can, at that, you know, point, your skin is trying to replenish that, and then it starts to produce a little bit more excess oil, especially in my skin. So a toner definitely, after washing my face, just brings it back to where it was. But for this one, I love it because it's got the acid in it, the glycolic, I hope I'm not butchering that, acid, and it's 7%. And so I just love this one because I feel like with this and the acid in it, toning my face, if I do have any breakouts or anything like that, this definitely kind of just targets that, gets in there. I feel like it lightly exfoliates my skin at the same time. I've seen a lot of my just wrinkles and things like that and stuff like that, you know, just fade away because of using an acid. So you just want to be careful with something like this and only use it at night. So I use this probably 3 times a week in the evening, and then I use another toner that I have from Thayer's, just to kind of, you know, just balance it out so I'm not using too much acid, especially if I'm using a retinol. Okay, so the next item that I am just obsessed with, that I just love so much, are my Neutrogena wipes. I love these so much. Oh, I thought I had this upside down. But yes, these are my Neutrogena wipes. I love these so much. I've been using them for years. My daughter uses them as well. I know that, again, these are debatable with dermatologists and things like that, and that is something you want to consult with your dermatologist. And it's because it does have fragrances and just different other just ingredients in there. Since this is something where you want to use it to clean off your face, get all of that makeup off, but still rinse it. Like, don't just use this and say, okay, I'm done, because then you'll still lead to breakouts, things like that, because it's not going to deep clean. So I like to just kind of get all of the makeup off, and then I go in with my cleansing brush and my cleaner and just kind of do all of my other steps, and then tone, refresh, all of those other things. So this is just a step one for me, not a all in all. So because you will notice that, especially if you have sensitive skin, that you can tend to break out, things like that, or you'll just notice, like, why am I breaking out in general? And it's because you didn't really clean your face. You just kind of took the surface off. So these, I feel, are amazing, especially when you come home late and you've just been out and you're super exhausted. Never go to sleep with your makeup on. This is like one of the best things that you can do, because at least if you're kind of like half, just like out of it, you can still clean your face while you're laying on the couch or laying in bed, something like that, just to kind of get that off. So I love these so much, and different companies make so many different, variations of these, but I love these. It's tried and true. I love it, and I'm just always gonna buy it. And what's even better is it comes in that like multi-pack at Costco. You can't go wrong. Item is Aquaphor. Like, you guys have seen me use this so much on so many different things. Aquaphor it's a healing ointment. It's kind of like a Vaseline, but I love this one even more because it's thicker than a Vaseline. So I will use this, of course, on my lips. I will actually use some of this to kind of rub on my lash line to take off waterproof makeup. It's fantastic for that if you don't want to use an oil. And then just for anything else, it's multi-purpose for cuticles, ashiness, it just all sorts. This is awesome, and I love this. And I love how it has like this little to-go tube, so it's great to kind of pick up and keep in your purse, and it just works so well. So this is like one of my favorites. I have like this huge jar that I got from Costco that I probably got a year ago. It lasts forever. But again, if you want something on the go, that is a really great option. And to some other items, I feel like these makeup items should be over here. Okay, so going into other makeups. Well, no, this is more skincare, sorry. So I love using, SPF. I use it every single day. I try to use at least 50 to 55 or higher every single day. Hence why my skin is looking so young, I'm just saying. But I always love using SPF. So just to kind of, protect the skin, I put it on my face, I put it on my neck, and I put it on my chest area. So one of my favorites, and I don't have it right now, my husband is now in the States, so I'm gonna order some more, probably a couple bottles. I'm gonna put like an image right here just so you guys can see what I'm talking about, but I feel like this is probably the best SPF. I love it so much, and I'm sad that I'm without it. But I will show you the next best thing. And it is by La Roche-Posay. It is a French brand, but this is their spray, and it's in an SPF 50. But I love this one because it comes out in such like a fine like mist. And then it doesn't have like that ashiness once you rub it in. So you get on my dark skin tone, you can kind of see this is really nice. So I love this because I can just kind of spray this all over my face. I can keep this in my purse. It's easy to go. It has a really nice smell. I found this in our local drugstore here in Mexico City, but you could order this online, and you can order, or I think they have this in Sephora too in the States, I do believe. So you can kind of look for that and see, but it is invisible like it says. It's, just a mattifying, it's not shiny in any way, it smells really good. And then I love this because I can kind of touch this up over my makeup throughout the day if I'm still outside, and it's not gonna mess up my makeup. So this I highly recommend. recommend, and I will put this in a list in the description so you guys can kind of see all of the items that I am talking about. I recently picked up this Aveeno when I was in the States a couple weeks ago because I was out of the one that I really loved. I have to say, I don't like this one. And that's why I'm just gonna stick to what I know. I put this on even this morning because I forgot I had the spray because I'm gonna go out and just kind of do some stuff after I finish filming. And again, it's an SPF 60, which I love that it's super high, but this burns my eyes. This burns my eyes, so I'm not gonna be using this one anymore. So if you can't find the other one that I was talking about, again, I'll put a picture of that one and I will leave it in the description. This is the next best thing, just to kind of spray quickly, and it just makes it easier to incorporate into your skincare morning routine, so you can just kind of spray that all over and then keep it moving. So that's what I do love. So the last items that I have for my skincare, 2 items are new. I just kind of recently picked them up, so I'm excited to share them with you guys. But tried and true is The Ordinary. So that was The Ordinary toner, and this is The Ordinary in their lactic acid. And I use, this is in the 5%, but I also use it in the 10% as well. I'm sorry, that's like a dog trying to talk to somebody because we're in a condo and the door is like, well, over here. He hears everything in the hallway. Okay, so it comes in a dropper like this, and it just, I have to say, and I've talked about this before, this is my holy grail. This is definitely my holy grail item. I love this so much. I use this at least twice a week on my face, so I will cleanse my face, you know, just really get in there, and then tone. And then what I'll do is it's more of like a liquidy, so I just kind of put that all over my face, my neck, and my chest, and kind of just let it sit. But I just love how to me, it resurfaces my skin. It just kind of gives it that super smooth look. It's tightening my pores. It's an exfoliant. It is just brightening my skin, my complexion. I am in love with it. It is my holy grail. I tried to get my husband to use it, but he keeps leaving it on the counter, so I just stole it back because he probably is not going to. But I have to say, it is amazing. The Ordinary, like, don't sleep on them. Their price point is amazing, so it makes it definitely affordable to try different things. You can go into an Ulta or a Sephora. They will help you to kind of pick the right one for you, but I am in love. They're fantastic. So the last 2 for skincare, and these are the 2 items that I recently just picked up, and I picked them up from Amazon. So I have to say, Amazon, of course, has like everything, and it's just made things so much easier to find exactly what you need. And so I wanted to get like a mister. And so of course, you know, when you're setting your face, I know this is in the makeup category, which I do love this so much for setting my face. It's nice, but sometimes the mist can kind of come out and just kind of leave huge droplets on your face. And so I wanted to pick up something that would just put water in there just to kind of feel like I'm rehydrating my face, but I'm not going to saturate or mess up my makeup. And so I recently picked this one up. I hope you guys can kind of see that. There it is. I know I'm like in my dining room, so it's a little bit bright, but it's like this tiny little nano sprayer, and it has all the instructions on the side, and you know, just all of the other things that it offers. But I love this. So it's so cute. It's so tiny, and what you do is you kind of just turn this over, open it up, and fill it with water, which I'm actually thinking to kind of put either, like, you can put an ice cube in there and make it super cold, just to kind of firm the skin. I should trademark that, I just thought out of that. Or you can even put lemon juice and water and just kind of add that brightener to your skin as like just a facial mist. I should trademark that too. I came up with that, don't steal it. So what I love about this is the mist just kind of comes out of here. You just kind of press the button, and as you can see, how cute is that? I love this. So just kind of going onto the skin, it's like so cooling. And this is not cold water. I've had this water in here for like a day and a half, but as it comes out, it feels so cold, like it's been in the fridge. I can kind of just like refresh my face if I'm gonna come home really quick, then go back out. But I don't want to have to like start over, or my face is feeling dry. So for us here in Mexico City, we're 7,000 feet above sea level. So it gets pretty drying. And so this would be great to even keep in my purse and just kind of refresh when I'm outside, because we're now getting into like summertime down here. I need this. This is amazing. But it's not messing up my makeup. So see, look at that. I love it. This is so darling. I love this. So as you can see, oh, I don't want to mess up my screen, but yeah, it just kind of comes out of that little hole. And yeah, I love this so much. It's so adorable. And you just kind of press that to turn it off and you're done. So I am excited to use that more. I'm gonna have to hide it so my daughter doesn't steal it, because I know she will. And then the next one is the face spatula. So I have seen this in so many places, and also where I go and get my facials, they use this as well. So I was excited to kind of try this. And so it's really cute because it comes with like, you know, little silicone cleansers. And there's like 2 of them, so it's like massager and then the cleanser on this side, and then it comes also in blue, so you have like that replacement. And then, yes, I did definitely open this just to kind of play around with it, but this is like the packaging. And so this is what it looks like, and it's got like just all the different settings on here. And then this is what it looks like on the top. And of course that was kind of wrapped when I first got it for sanitation. But you kind of just turn that on. Like, there you go, and then these will light up, and then you kind of choose which one that you want to do. So and then it also has so I've just been kind of playing with this all week, and so yeah, just once it goes to like the lifting, then you can kind of just hear that it's just doing all of those other things. And so just to turn it off, you just kind of hold that down. But I tried it out with the cleansing part, and I didn't put on the little scrubbers, because I'm one of those people, when I get excited about a box, I just dig in and I don't read the instructions until like 2 days later. So I didn't even see these in the box until I went back. But I cleansed my face. I kind of went in and I was like, oh, well, my facialist, she uses this to kind of get out all of my like blackheads, whiteheads, and all those other things. And so I cleansed my face, I steamed it to make it easier, and I turned it on, and I just kind of started going in all of these areas, and it literally was pulling them out. I was so excited. Like, I'm still so excited. I'm so excited that I have this. And so it really was kind of getting all of that gunk out. And so I'm definitely super excited about this. And then last night, as I cleansed my face and did all of my other skincare, I put on the lifting, you know, like little area section. I can't think of the word, thingy. But I put on that area, and I just kind of, you know, with my serums, I just kind of went in and just was like lifting and just like really getting that, because you feel like the pulsating. So I was all like, now giving myself my own little facial. So very excited about this one, but even more excited for the fact that my facialist uses something like this. I'm pretty sure hers is even higher grade, but the fact that this, which was probably, I want to say 25 or 29, maybe 39, I can't remember, but that it kind of lifted all the gunk out. I'm like, hey, I'm sold. And I can't say sold because I already bought it, so it's mine. So, but I'm excited. So yeah, it's super cute. I love this. Okay, now going into beauty, and I'm trying not to make this too long. Thank you guys so much for kind of just waiting around, hanging out with me, trying to do a different setting. That's a lie, my husband's just not around, so I'm in the dining room. But just kind of changing things up a little bit. Okay, but for beauty, so kind of just starting with the Milani brand. So when I was back in the States, I came across the Milani brand and their lipsticks. I also picked up a blush. The case in point is I was not using their brand. I was not into their products, and I don't know why, but I mean, even like the packaging, like how cute is this? But I know that you can find these in Target, you can find these in Ulta, but I've just been really excited about their lipsticks, mostly because some of them are matte and some of them are shiny, but they do not dry out my lips. So a lot of lipsticks, and why I only try to stick with lip glosses, is because it just makes my lips really cracked. And just irritates them, and this has not been doing it. So this is the lipstick that I am wearing right now, and this is a little bit more of a matte, but I like this. It's not too pinky, it still goes with my complexion, which I love. And then I just went in with a brown lip liner, which I never use a lip liner, but I loved the look of this. And then this is a different one where it comes off a little bit more glossy. And this one I love as well. I can just kind of put that on top, but it gives it a really beautiful, just like a mauve, almost neutral look, but still matte. And so I've been in love with these. And so the color I have in this one is 450, and it is in Desire. And the color I have in this is 430, and it is in the color Secret. So I've been just excited. Milani, like, I don't know why I wasn't jumping onto this makeup brand, but they are super affordable. They have fun colors. I feel like their color range works for all different skin tones. So I'm very excited about that. More makeup. So I am just all about Fenty. I feel like Fenty is having a moment. I'm really sad that I can't try out her new lipsticks, the new velvety kind, here in Mexico City. Sometimes it's just hard to get product from the States. If they do bring things into Sephora's that they have here, if it's sold out, it's sold out. And they probably won't get restock for like 6 to 8 weeks, sometimes longer. So I do have a friend here, she's super sweet, that I can order things because of her company. They can send things in where our company doesn't do that. Or I just kind of wait until I'm in the States or my husband's in the States and make like this massive bulk order. So I can't wait to try that. So you guys let me know what you guys think of that, because I cannot wait to get my hands on it and try it. But Fenty is having their moment. They've always been having their moment. And so my favorites and what I love to use and what I keep on buying, this is the Fenty, and it's in the Pro Filter, and I use the color 460. I had to go through a lot of different colors, I will say, but the 460 didn't have too much of a red undertone for my dark skin tone. It was perfect, but I just love that it does. It has like that filtering effect. She did such a great job with the formulation of her like foundation powders. And then this one, this is tried and true. This is a holy grail. This is never going anywhere. I have 2 of them, and I'm gonna get more just so I can keep them in every purse. But this is the Invisimatte, and it is in their blotting powder. Don't mind, like, because I go from like brush to brush and kind of dip it in here too. But again, with this, even though it's white, it comes off Invisimatte like it says, but it is the best blotting powder I've ever used. It doesn't make me look ashy. This is the same item that she used during the Super Bowl to kind of touch up her makeup. I was onto this before she did that, and I know now this is probably sold out everywhere, but this is amazing. If you can get your hands on this, get like 10 and just keep them, because I don't think that's gonna go out of style, out of anything. It's here to stay. It is one of the best blotting powders, and I've tried a couple of them, a lot of them, because my T-zone gets so shiny, and this instantly, once I put this on, looks like I just did my makeup like 5 minutes ago, even though I was out all day. So amazing. As for foundations, the 2 that I am loving right now, so this is the NYX in the Total Control Pro. So I love this because it comes out in a dropper, but I have to say this item right here, when I put this on my skin, this is in the color Cocoa. So let's see if you guys can kind of see that, but this is in the color Cocoa. When I put this on my face, it disappears. It is my perfect match. And for something to just be pulled off the shelf and be my perfect match, I'm very excited. And I felt that way about the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop. I have this in the color number 20 23. And again, this color right here, I have to say, putting this on my skin, it's like it goes on and it's like, where did I even put it? I just swipe it and it blends instantly, and it is my exact skin tone. So those two items I will keep replenishing, I will keep rebuying. They're absolutely amazing. As for eyeliners, I love an eyeliner. I use eyeliner every day, but for years I used to use just regular traditional pencils. No more, I can't do them. It's not for me. If it is not a eyeliner itself with the felt pen, I'm not buying it. I can't do it. This is, it doesn't even matter what brand. So one of my favorite things to do is, because this is such a staple for me, shopping at TJ Maxx, shopping at Marshall's, but I feel like TJ Maxx has more makeup. If you guys have not stepped into a TJ Maxx and gone to their makeup section, and I will include some photos, things like that, run. Go over there. It is a great place because a lot of companies, if they have overstock or they just have too much of something, they need to get rid of it, and they will sell it to TJ Maxx or Marshalls or other places like that at a fraction of the cost. And so it's a great place to try out Laura Mercier products, MAC products. I'm waiting for them to start taking some Fenty products. But there are so many products that you can use that you would find in Sephora at a fraction of the cost, just because they have just too much stock and they need to kind of get rid of some things, or maybe it's not the color of the season anymore. So that is a really great resource if you want to save money on makeup. And that's what I love to do, because I mean, prices like this, you can't go wrong. So using a felt tip black eyeliner, I feel like is one of my go-to looks, even if I don't want to put on makeup. Just swinging out my eyes just creates a completely different shape, and will just kind of bump up that look for the day. So I am really into that for sure. And last two items that I wanted to share with you guys, thank you guys again so much for staying around, is two new products that I have just been trying. So the first one is by the NYX, and this is their brow glue. So I think you guys have probably seen this around social media, things like that. I got it in the color black. And so I just love things like this because it's, again, it's like a really sticky, as you can see that. It is like a sticky kind of consistency. It does kind of stretch just a little bit, but it's gonna hold your brows in place. And so it's, definitely, that's what I used today. So it kind of gives the look of like you just got your brows laminated, which I honestly still don't get. I don't get that. I don't get brow lamination. I don't get it. But when I put this on, it gave me the look of it, which I was kind of like, do I still want this? So I don't know, but it just puts your brows in place no matter what style you want them in. That's the point. This is fantastic. So I used to use, it's by Glossier, the boy brow. And so I ran out of it. I didn't feel like ordering, and then we moved. And so I don't know if they shipped to Mexico. I never even looked. But I found this when I was in the States, and it has like that same kind of, this one's a little bit more sticky, which this will definitely hold. But I just do love things because I use a brow pencil to fill in my eyebrows, and then just something to kind of fluff them up. So I think I will still use like a powder or a pomade to kind of fill in my brows, and then use this after, which I probably should have got this in a clear. But this, once you kind of put this in and you shape your eyebrows, it literally isn't going anywhere. So as they say, this is the brow glue. It's definitely glue. And then the last item, and thank you again so much for hanging around, is I'm sure you guys have seen this product all over the place, all over YouTube, commercials, Instagram, just everywhere. And so I've even saw this in Target, and I was like, okay, what is like this whole thing, Lumi, and it's like their whole body deodorant. So I was kind of skeptical. I was like, okay, it says like 72 hours, it lasts forever. This right here, like the minute I started using this, I was like, what secret? Like, I don't need secret. I don't need degree. I don't need anything. This is amazing. And this is one of those, like it says, all over body deodorant. Let's be real, there are other places besides your armpits that get stinky. We're not gonna go that deep, but okay. Okay. This conquers all of it. I have been trying this all week. I've tried it in my pits. I've tried it just all around. Literally, if you go camping and you know there's no water, you better take like this whole thing, because this is gonna keep you smelling like you just took a shower. Not even like perfumey, you just don't smell like at all. Like I'm gonna be one of those unicorns now where I can just be like, yeah, I don't smell ever. Like that's just ever, but good. Perfume, yes, but I don't smell. This is what is going to do that. So I am super, super excited about this. I love that it's aluminum free, which honestly, was it bothering me before? No, but I'm glad that this is aluminum free because they say to kind of switch to that. And it just comes in like just a white solid, but it's like one of those where you can literally do whatever you want and put this wherever you want. But it's just nice to be able to try things because you see them on TV, you see all these commercials and ads and you're like, okay. This works. So I definitely highly recommend this, and I will keep on using this. I'm super, super excited just to have this. And my son goes camping all the time with his Boy Scouts. He's gonna get like a whole jar. Like he's getting a whole jar of this. He's gonna need it because he doesn't like to take a shower when he's in the woods. And then he comes back smelling like the woods. So at least maybe this will help him smell like the woods, but nothing else. This will be nice. Yeah, so that is all of the items that I wanted to share with you guys. So I thank you so much for joining me this week. I love sharing just all the things that I get excited about with you guys because that is how I learn from other people sharing what they love so that I can run out and try it because I'm one of those people that loves trying things. If people are super excited about it, that means that it's doing something that they're happy with. And I feel like these items I'm super excited to share with you guys because they're doing what they say, and that is what's important. And so that's what I want to share with you guys is if it feels like it works for me, then I feel like it's going to work for you. But I thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys next week. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.